Hello, dear friends. What a blessing to be with you today. Here we are for another study of one of the articles of the Spiritist magazine. What a blessing to be with you. As a reminder, go to spiritistmagazine.org. I want to make sure you can find all of the resources for you to get access to these beautiful teachings, study and read, internalize, get inspiration from the good spirits to apply the teachings in your life as well as mine. And today we have an article from issue 43. If you have the app or the magazine, go there and find it. I'm going to share with you what the PDF version of the magazine looks like, and that's the beautiful, not only just visually beautiful, but it's a beautiful message. It's also made with so much care and love by the Spiritist community of volunteers. The magazine is 100% volunteer based, so there's nothing like this on the earth. The quality, the graphics, the teachings, all in this beautiful, blessed package for you and I. The Spirit Scheilla, by the medium Francisco Candido Xavier, as everybody knows, the Chico Xavier, is going to bring us these teachings. Bless it always. So today the invitation is for you and I to look around and see opportunities for blessing others with joy and kindness. Refocusing our attention from the negative, which is where we are wired to go. This is what the content that is sold to us is predominantly affecting our emotions in a negative way, to look for blessings. The blessing of this lifetime, the blessings of the spiritual help and the physical help that we have. I usually say the visible and invisible hands all around us. The blessings of nature and the blessings of just being a creature created by God and loved by God as always. So here we have these teachings. I'll show you the cover of the magazine. The cover of the magazine, it was first published in this October of 2018, almost 5 years ago. It talks about there's some topics on abortion, self-discovery, suicide, and disabilities. So many teachings for us to look at. As always, there is one article from the book Spiritist Conduct by Andrea Louise, and many others. So today we're going to go to our topic. As you see, it's very easy to navigate. So I have a computer. The PDF is opened. It works the same from the iPad or your phone. You can get rid of the thumbnails so that you have more space. So I can put the teachings here for everybody to see. All right, so he says, Scheilla is a she. Wherever you are, bless it. So the blessings of others accompany you. Where are you today? Which physical location? What kind of environment? Bless it. That's exactly where you need to be, that God has granted you the opportunity to be there. Otherwise, you wouldn't be there. And remember, I'm talking more than your physical body location. Remember, we're more than what we see in the mirror. We are an immortal spirit, multidimensional. We have a paraspiritual body. If you're incarnated, you have a physical body. And many more instances where we are all more than what we see, what you're seeing here on the screen. So she says, wherever you are, bless it. She will say, all individuals and all things respond to you according to the touch of your words or of your hands. Everywhere you go, you can leave fingerprints of you, and others leave their fingerprints. Physically, if you're touching everything, which we learned during COVID, we may now need a little bit more distance from others. We've learned personal space. We've learned that we can transmit diseases, that we should wash our hands really good for prevention of disease. But he says, all individuals and all things respond to you according to the touch of your words and of your hands or of your hands. What are we saying to people? How are we saying it? Is it loud? Is it screaming? Is it angry? Is it sad? We are touching people the same way they are touching us. The way they present in the world affects us, the emotional contagion. Our mirror neurons will mirror what's happening. So everything that you do, think, feel has an impact. Look at the responsibility that we have to spread the joy and the blessings of God everywhere we go. She says, bless your home with the light of love in the form of self-denial and work. And your home will bless you with gratitude and joy. The physical home where we live, the care we have, decluttering, cleaning, caring for our loved ones who live with us, and then the home will bless you back. Self-denial and work in the home. Bless the tree of your house with the gift of your affection, and the tree of your house will bless you with the perfume of the flower and the richness of the fruit. We've learned also in the past 2.5 years that people got into gardening, going out and tending to the plants in the animal kingdom, to the spiritual principle that is present and being developed on that being of nature. So when we bless the trees, they give us perfume of the flower and fruits and shade, especially now the world is getting warmer and warmer. They give us shade. And how many years does it take for them to grow to be a beautiful tree that can bear fruits? It starts with a little seed in the depths of the earth. In the darkness of the soil, they had to grow the roots deep, and then it shoots the first leaf looking for the sun, and then it grows over the years to be a tree. She says, however, if you curse your companion each day with the whip of censure, you will receive sorrow and mistrust. How many of us goes about our day without counting our gratitudes, with disorganized thoughts and feelings and actions, without discipline? We all do. We're still work in progress. The most important part is recognizing it so we can do something about it. So we go around our day criticizing everything and everyone. We just don't go in person because we would be arrested. But at night, during our sleep, we may be fighting those battles of war of censure. I wouldn't do that. Why are they doing this? Why aren't they helping? She says, if you do that, you receive sorrow and mistrust. If you condemn the animal that shares the domestic climate with hunger and flogging, you get rebellion and harshness. The plight of our friends of the other kingdoms of life is dire. They live with us, they partake in our lives much more now, much more awareness to their suffering with the things that we subject them to. So we need to be caring and loving to them. Sometimes they filter a lot of spiritual fluids and vibrations that were aimed at us, and they end up doing that service, that growth in both kingdoms, in both realms. And there's each and every being in the universe is scared by a superior spirit. Now on the earth, we know of 8 billion incarnates, almost 8 billion. At least double that discarnate, probably more. Plus our mentors, plus all of the spheres of life, all of the colonies and outposts of all levels. Goodness reign in the universe. And each and every thing or person is cared for. In truth, you cannot bless evil expressed in cruelty, but you must bless the victim so they may be strong in order to extinguish it. It will not be fair to bless the sickness that afflicts you, but it is indispensable to bless your diseased organ so it may be more safely readjusted, expelling the disease which sometimes imposes bitterness and unbalance on you. Of course, we're not going to say, go and bless, go find a way to be sick. We don't bless the sickness, but we bless the disease organ. And we ask that part that hurts, that part that is misaligned, imbalanced, who is making us suffer in some way, what is the lesson behind it? Right? Those are the teachings of Louise Hay. In the book, You Can Heal Your Life, where she says, your knee hurts, ask your knee, why are you trying to teach me? And she says, the disease organ expels is allowing us to readjust. In other lives, this comes from the book Evolution to Worlds. And they always tell us that sometimes the actions we've taken causes us to feel shame and guilt, and that, in addition to the monotheistic state that we find ourselves in the previous lives, causes knots, vibrational knots in our delicate perispiritual tissues. And then when we return to the spiritual, from the spiritual realm to the earth, those delicate tissues that have been damaged now could have a propensity for diseases, and that's how we readjust. We expel the disease, and the disease can of course, nobody wants to be ill, but it can be a way for us to ask, what is this process teaching me? Because we mistakenly these days think that we're just here to enjoy everything. Life is happiness, happy-go-lucky every day, traveling every day, every weekend, going to the park, going to this, going to other. What about service, friends? We came here to serve not just our families, but the universal family. We're so blessed. We're so much. We don't want to find ourselves in the spiritual realm regretting not having helped others when we were here. She says, do not curse even by thought, because nowadays we're better. We're not verbally attacking one another, but we think about it. In the book, it's recent, we did a program on the Spiritist magazine recently about words. There's also teachings in the book, Calmness, on controlling the voice. Speaking peacefully. And in this book, chapter 3, if I'm not mistaken, is on controlling the voice. Our words have power. They have vibrational attunement as much as our thought. The book Far in Life explains it beautifully. When you think, you're emitting thought particles, thought patterns, and waves out in the universe that resonate with like-minded thoughts. So when we're cursing, we align with the folks who like cursing. And that's almost like an injury to those, spiritual injury, a dart that we're sending to them when we curse by thought. She says, the aggressive or destructive idea is corrosive in your mouth. It hurts you, corrodes you. Shadow in your eyes, it prevents us from seeing. hallucination in your arms, and misfortune in our lives. And many people think they should be aggressive, they should go fight, they should not let anybody take advantage of them. They go and fight with the poor cashier and the person on the street, and they're always angry. She's saying that aggressive, destructive idea is corrosive. Ultimately, it will be hurting us in the end. She says, bless the hand. Oops. She says, bless the hand that hurts you, and the hand that hurts you learn how to avoid delinquency. Bless the word that insults you, and you avoid the extension of retaliation. Bless the difficulty, and the difficulty will reveal precious lessons. How many of us do not see difficulty as an opportunity? We don't understand the concept, or maybe we know, but we haven't fully realized the consequence of actions in previous lives, how the difficulty I have today could be brought on by my own intemperance in this life. We don't see difficulties as lessons. If we are allowed to go through something, if our loved ones are going through something, there's a reason for that. It is either an expiation or a trial. For very few are missions. So we have opportunities and lessons to learn. She says, bless the suffering, and suffering will regenerate you. A lot of times we are invited by Christ to grow through love. Loving others, being kind to others, forgetting the wrong, forgetting the mistake, not rehearsing the situations. Move on, forgive yourself, move on, do more, do more. But most of us, the majority of us, don't follow or don't accept the call of love as proposed by Christ. And then suffering comes. So we learn more through the suffering. It just says the suffering will regenerate you. The suffering is like pushing us from this state of comfort so that we can move forward. Hey, it's time to leave the couch and go do something for others. If you're going to wait until everything's perfect, if I wait until my children graduate, if I wait until I retire to do the work I'm here to do, especially if I know of these and I'm not spreading the good news, I'm not joining the Spiritist Center, it may be too late. We don't know if we're going to get to grow old to see all of that. So the time is now. She says, bless the stone, and the stone will serve in the building. In the building of things, right? In the building. The stone is the same that can stone someone like Stephen, but can also be used to recreate the houses that we have now. She says, do not forget the master, the divine master of blessing. Jesus blessed the manger. He made it the luminous cradle of the nascent gospel. He blessed Peter, weakened and faltering, transforming him into a vigorous fisherman of souls. He blessed the obscure Magdalene, and therein formed the sign of human sublimation. He blessed Lazarus, dead, and gave him life. And finally, he blessed the cross itself, carving the victory of the imperishable resurrection. Finally, bless the earth wherever you pass, and the earth will bless your passage forever. Go out and bless it always, whatever the difficulties, whatever the path, whatever the joys and victories, we bless it, because ultimately everything comes from God. They granted us this opportunity to be here, reincarnated this time, knowing of one another through Kardec Radio in our respective locations. The blessings of this technology, bless the technology that grants me this microphone, the camera, and the computer to be able to spread the good news with you. This has been a pleasure and an honor to broadcast live from the Spirit Society of Richmond, Virginia. This is a collaboration between us and Kardec Radio. And until then, God willing, I'll be back with you next week. Until then, I wish you well. I wish you stay safe, that you can take care of others and yourself. Until then, take care.